Hey guys, I'm going live. So let's see here. I'm going to refresh this so I can do a screen here. Um, I did a pop-up live. I don't expect really anybody to show up on here, but I just wanted to talk about some stuff. I'm going to actually do another live video next week. And next week when I do that, I'm going to talk about a lot of things Volkswagen related, um, just things in general. There's a lot going on with Volkswagen in the news lately, and so I want to make sure there's a chat up. Okay, so a lot of things wanted to. I'll just chat. This is not a big deal. We'll just talk. A lot of things going on with Volkswagen. You might have heard, may not have heard. Volkswagen. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a GTI shirt here, so I am wearing some Volkswagen swag and some Disney swag. We went to Disney in September, so pretty cool. Volkswagen has said that they're looking at closing some plants over in Germany, up at least 3 plants. That's not going to affect anything U.S. wise. Um, also, the only things we get from Germany are going to be the ID Buzz, the Golf R, and the GTI, and the Golf R Black, which those things are all coming. So I'll kind of touch base on those. Um, Tiguan news. Tiguan's going to be uh, Tiguan is going to be released next Wednesday, the 20th, I think it is. So the official release of the U.S. version of the Tiguan comes out next week, a week from today, essentially, or Wednesday. And they're going to go over a lot of things. We know that there's going to be matrix LED headlights, allegedly power folding mirrors, new car. It's going to be bigger. This is going to fall in line with people going bigger. So Hyundai went bigger with the Santa Fe. They went to a 3-row SUV. This is not going to be a 3-row SUV like the size of the Atlas. I don't know if they plan on doing 3 rows in this car, but with it being bigger, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Um, so Tiguan's going to be bigger than the current Tiguan is, and the current Tiguan I thought was just perfect size. So this will still be in that CRV class, the Nissan Rogue, the Santa Fe used to be in that category. I guess maybe the Tucson's still kind of there, but the Tucson's a little on the smaller side and kind of in level with the Taos. Um, but that new Tiguan is highly anticipated, highly waited for, um, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be such an upgrade over what we currently have, and what we currently have is it ain't a slouch. Um, Different engines, hybrid technology allegedly is still coming. Volkswagen, no one there. Don't be surprised if they suddenly say, "Oh, there's no hybrid. There's no hybrid." Um, they keep saying there is. They keep saying there is, and everything's changed. As you remember, I told you back before where they were definitely going to build that car in Germany. That was the plan. That didn't happen either. They switched it back to Mexico. It's coming out of Puebla, and they delayed the car and delayed it again and delayed it again. So now the car is coming out in June. You may see them in May hitting lots, but they're officially going to be here in June. Um, Bigger car, different engine, hybrid technology, badass looking car. Huge refresh. Interiors are going to get updated. Ambient lighting is going to be in pretty much all of them. Probably not the base one, but it's going to be in pretty much everything. Um, Heated and ventilated seats might be something they might make standard. We don't know. There's a lot to learn about this car because the media release that they just let out doesn't show anything. It just shows one picture of a taillight. And the taillight looks kind of cool, but I think it's just a Tayron taillight. The Tayron is what this car is based off of. So essentially what they're doing is they're bringing the Tayron to the U.S. and changing the name of it to Tiguan. So that's what it sounds like. 2025 Jetta, I'll talk about that one. The 2025 Jetta, man, the refresh on this car is outstanding. Again, I still don't believe that they're going to keep the Jetta for the long term. I had someone message me on my channel, or not message me, but left a comment on my channel on a video that they had already axed the Jetta in Australia. So I don't know. I don't know why you would get rid of all sedans. I still think that's a mistake. It's not too late to not cancel it. You're not gonna have egg on your face or anything, Volkswagen. I know you're listening. So it's not gonna be any egg on your face to um, just keep the Jetta around. Keep the Jetta around. Keep the Jetta GLI around. Um, let's see. The other thing that I would say, Passat, bring it back. Still, I say that every time. Bring the Passat back. Keep the Jetta. Come out with a GLI. Come out with an all-wheel drive Passat. Done. You would sell that car like crazy. It would compete with the Camry. The Accord doesn't compete with the Passat. It just doesn't. The Camry obviously does, but man, they should have never got rid of the Passat. Speaking of Passat, ID7, there is a plan to keep the ID7 on the US books. Now it's going to be a 2026. That's an electric sedan. It's larger than the Passat was, and that's going to come to the US. Volkswagen is still keeping their hands in the electric fire. Not sure why we're still focusing on electric as heavily as we are, but we are. Like I said, hybrid technology is coming to the Tiguan. The 2026 Atlas, I don't know when they're planning on revealing that, but the 2026 Atlas is going to be a complete redo of the car, complete redesign, not a refresh. 2024 was a heavy refresh. In 2025, all they've really done is they've added 2 colors and they've upgraded the wattage for the wireless charging. So Atlas didn't change for 2025 that much. The price did eke up a little bit, I think, because now in SE Tech Atlas is 49 grand. That's in full MSRP. Other news, still hearing rumors that the Beetle will come back, and I cannot tell you how many times in a week I get phone calls asking about Beetles. People, I guess they're in denial, think they're still out there. They think they're just readily available. A number of people who are having accidents in their Beetles, they're getting totaled and they want another one. My daughter is on this list of people who think that she should get a Beetle for her 16th birthday. I don't think I'm that guy. I can't magically make that happen for her. So, and by the way, those of you that are listening, if you got a question, just type in the comments. Doesn't matter if it's off topic or what. At this point, I don't care. I'm just spitballing here. So if it's not related to what I'm talking about, that's okay. Just put it in there. And then I see there's 6 people in there. Type in where you're at, where you're watching from. So just so I know where I'm talking to people at. Will you get a higher trim of ID Buzz? Well, that video I posted is the high trim. That wasn't our car, though. That was the trainer's car for our training class. So if you didn't see that video, it's up there. The ID Buzz, I almost said ID4, ID Buzz Pro S Plus all-wheel drive or 4Motion. That is the only ID Buzz video I have up there right now, other than the Chicago Auto Show. Hey, Apex, North Carolina. That's where furniture places are. There's a lot of furniture manufacturers around there, if I'm not mistaken. I hope you're doing well with what's going on up there in North Carolina. I hope you weren't really affected by Helene that much, and that you got your family and your health, and you're in good spirits. Let's see. So the ID Buzz will have a first edition. We have 6 of those coming. 2 of those are spoken for. We have 2 Pro S's that are rear-wheel drive. Those aren't spoken for, and those are a solid color versus the 2-tone color. We don't have any Pro S Pluses yet, and they're going to start giving those out to dealers here pretty soon. 2025 Taos on the lot. I can tell you here in just a second. I'm going to look something up real quick here, so don't mind me getting close to the camera. My computer screen's up here, my TV screen's up here. I can tell you exactly when those Taoses are coming, if they have an ETA on them here. We have 2 of them. We have, actually now we just got an FSO, so we have 5 Taoses coming to us. None of them have been built yet. They're factory scheduled, and they don't show it. They show an ETA of February. So the first one is going to show up, and I'm looking up. I apologize. First one's going to show up in let's see here. Taos front wheel drive. February 2nd to 22nd. The next one shows up March 1st to March 21st. So those are the two that are showing up. The rest of them are on our wait list. That Taos is going to have that new color, that new bright moss green. And then here, I can actually load colors on this thing too. Cornflower blue stays around, I think, but we got rid of dusk blue, I think. And now they have the Monterey blue that's on the Jetta available on the Taos. Yeah, bright moss green and cornflower blue are my first two on the Taos. Those are both going to be SEs. So I'll definitely make a video of that as that green one for sure when it lands, but that won't be till February. 2025 Atlas and Crossport are already on the ground. They're already showing up at dealers. Your dealers probably don't have a lot of 2025s. That's why I'm surprised that they did sign then drive on 2025s on Crossport and Atlas, but there are some there. If any dealers like me, they have a ton of 24s left. We have a ton of Peak Editions. So if you're interested in a Peak Edition and you want a stupid deal on one, come to me. Come to me. Fly in. Drive out. Seriously. So I've got 2024 Peak Editions. I've got 18 SELs. Most of them are black, some in opal, white, pearl. I do have two green ones left. And most of them have captain's chairs. And remember, the Peak Edition SEL is done. There are no more of those. So what's on the ground at dealerships is it. For 2025, the Peak Edition got just wrapped into one. They're all SE Tech now, but they're not calling it SE Tech. They're just calling it Peak Edition because there is no Peak Edition SEL. If you're interested in one of those SELs, I would suggest getting it now. It's got the heads-up display. It's got navigation. It's got a power passenger seat and memory driver's seat. So those are the things you're going to get on that. Let me go back to my screen here so I can see these chats. Okay. When do we see the next Tiguan? They're going to release that next Wednesday. Press release. It's going to be at the LA Auto Show. So you'll see pictures of that. You'll see the reveal of that. And all your true media outlets for cars, your Radies Rides, Redline reviews. Don't look at CarWow because CarWow does your Europe stuff. Or you can look at it, but it's not going to be accurate for the U.S. So Redline reviews, Motor Mouth might have it too. But I'm just a dumb old salesman. I don't get those cars. I don't get lucky to do that. But I am going to try to get some media credentials where I can start getting those cars. I don't know how that's going to work out. It may not work out in my favor, but I want to try. Let's see. The ID Buzz, I'm going to tell you, yeah, it sounds like they are going to have a hybrid in the Tiguan 2 models. The way I've heard it is going to be the SE. I believe is the SE, and then the SEL will have a hybrid motor in them, or have an option for a hybrid motor. So expect the Tiguan to go up in price though. So the top end Tiguan right now is a 2024. You can get one for $41,400. That's MSRP. Of course, I'm not quoting any kind of discounts. And then 2025, the Tiguans, expect them to come close to 50 grand. So when I say that, I'm talking 48, 49, 47, somewhere in there. They're going to be up there in range. So not sure about the exact pricing on those. And if it's anything like the ID Buzz, they're going to take their sweet time to price these cars out. Now, back to ID Buzz. I have 9 of these available, or 9 of these coming. Let's see here. I have 9 coming to me. 2 of them are spoken for. They're both not Pro S's. They're both first editions. They're both the Cabana Blue with candy white upper. And they're going to have that dune interior, which is that sand color on the interior. They do come with the roof, I do believe. I haven't seen one yet, so I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think they are going to have that electrochromic roof that the Pro S Plus has. They're all-wheel drive. They're going to come with a black bumper-dillo, and they're coming with crossbars. So those are going to be cool. I have 2 energetic orange ones coming. That's going to be orange and white two-tone. And I have 1 Mahi green, which is two-tone as well, coming. And I have 1 other Cabana blue coming. So, and they're all at factory right now, except for one that's at port, and it's on hold because they're timing it where all of the dealers get this car at the same time. So we have one that's our first one that's sold, but it's sitting in Houston right now, and they're not releasing it to us until they time it for everybody. And on another note, we do know that they have hundreds of these ID buzzes sitting at port already that aren't allocated to dealers yet. So they're kind of waiting to see how things play out, who's got what sold and how they go, and then they're going to release more. Pro S Pluses are going to be those. So there are some Pro S Pluses on the ground in the U.S. They're just not dealerships yet. Let's see. I got to ride in the car. I didn't get to drive it because the trainer was the one that was responsible for that unit. So I she's responsible for the unit, so I didn't get to drive it. None of us got to drive it. But I'm going to tell you what. She had one with captain's chairs. There's 6 of us in that car. It's loaded down with people and her stuff. And she put her foot on that accelerator and that thing took off. I'm telling you what. There are people out there that are saying, the same people that say the Atlas can't be pulling around that weight with a 4-cylinder engine. Well, it's doing it. The electric, that thing got up and went. I'm telling you what. Had a neck snapper. Hey there, good to see you. So 5 takeaways, where are you at? Let me know. Again, let me know where you're at. Fritz, put in there where you're at. So there's my Ring camera's going off here. You probably heard that. I do need to let my dog in. That's a sign I need to let my dog in real quick. So I'm gonna step away for 30 seconds to go get my dog real quick and come right back so you guys don't have to don't click off. I'll be right back. I just got to go get my dog. And don't mind my bag's insulation. I'm soundproofing this room. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So now I feel like I'm one of those TikTok live people. They walk away, they do stuff, whatever else. Dog's not interested in coming in, so she's staying out there for a little bit. It's a little chilly outside, but she's fine. So anyway, what we were talking about ID Buzz. Got plenty of them coming. West Palm Beach, man, Trumpville. All right, so let's see, what else are we going to talk about here? GTI and Golf R. GTI, Golf R 2025, radio silence on the Volkswagen side for us. Press releases and stuff like that. They just released a press release. There's made 2 versions of the Golf R for 2025. The Golf R and the Golf R Black Edition. Makes me, my trigger finger a little itchy. As you guys, most of you probably know, I have a 22 Golf R. So that's a Mark 8. I'm getting a little itchy. I might consider the Golf R Black Edition. Not sure if I would go with a black one or, man, you'll hear me say this. I shouldn't get that car in black just because it's so hard to keep clean. Water spots, scratches, swirl marks, just everything about that just sounds like a nightmare. And I want to say something else. My Golf R is my commuter car. And I don't know if I would do that again as a commuter car because I don't like how fast I'm putting the miles on it. I'm at 36,900 miles on that car already in just over 2.5 years, or going on 3 years. So I just driving to the dealership and home. I've taken 1 trip in that car to Kansas City, and that's been it. So I would probably keep that as a side hustle car, and get something else more practical like a Jetta or something for my daily commute. I'm looking into doing that in the spring, possibly, because the Jetta is looking mighty fine. I'm telling you what, the new Jetta is super sharp. Let's see here. I'm thinking about getting the 24 Crossboard SE. Does the logo illuminate on the SE trim? No, the SE trim, if you're talking about just the SE, the base one, no, it does not illuminate. You will see on an SE, It has the light bar at the edge of the trunk lid right there, or the edge of the hood right there. It's installed, but it's not functional. So they put that light bar across there on all of the cars, but it doesn't light up. Neither does that logo. That logo is the same logo that they snap on. It has your radar sensor and stuff in there, but it doesn't illuminate. You have to move up to an SE Tech to get that illuminated logo. And here's the thing I will tell you too. That's a great gimmick that Volkswagen did with the illuminated logo. Because I'm going to tell you what, I can't speak for other dealers in the country, but it is amazing to me the number of people who come in and say, I saw this car on the road with the logo lit up on the front and the logo lit up on the back. Mainly it's the one on the front. And they go, I had to come check it out. I had to come see this car. That lit logo is bringing people, it brings the boys to the yard. It's like a milkshake. If y'all know what I mean, it is bringing boys to the yard. It is crazy how many people that are coming up for Atlases and Crossports now because of that. And the Crossport as a car has brought more people to the brand just because of how it looks. The styling of that car has on paper, there's no need for that car. Just like there's no need for the Ford Edge, there's no need for the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the regular Jeep Grand Cherokee. They don't make sense on paper, yet they're 45% of the SUV market. That's what they told us when they revealed the Crossport. 45% of the market. Because young professionals want that car, single people want that car. There's actually families that want that car, which logically they should be looking at the Atlas, but they would rather get a Tiguan than go to the full-size Atlas if they couldn't get the Crossport. Another surprising question about the Crossport. It's a mad number of people who ask if you can put captain's chairs in a Crossport. And our first reaction as a car dealer, as a salesperson at a car dealer, is to laugh. It's like, you do realize that makes that a 4-seat car. Captain's chairs. Why would you want? Because the number one reason that people want captain's chairs is the access to the third row to get through without having to fold seats up and tilt seats and do things like that. It's all about access. Or they have a large dog that kind of wanders around in the car while they're driving or whatever, so they can go lay here, they can go here or whatever. Captain's chairs in a Crossport sounds crazy to me, but enough people ask for it, it might be a thing. I just don't know. It just seems odd to me, but we get that question a lot. Let's see. Yes, I do. I agree. They did a fantastic job with the illuminated logo. So if you don't know, Golf R and GTI getting illuminated logos, allegedly, for 2025. Jetta, nope, didn't get it. Got a light bar on the Sport and the SEL and the GLI, but no illuminated logo. Tiguan, illuminated rear logo, I think is a I can't say a certainty. I don't know. They're going to reveal it next week. But it looked like the illuminated rear logo at least was going to show up there, and possibly an illuminated front logo. As for the electric cars, they're all going to have illuminated logos. That Buzz has a giant logo on the front, and it's illuminated, but it doesn't have one on the back. And allegedly, I've heard that they're already working on a refresh for the ID Buzz. 2 years out, it will have a rear logo that illuminates at that time. I can't believe there's already a refresh possibly in the works, but you got to move faster now. What's the sweet spot in terms of Crossport trims? I'm going to say SE Tech all day. SE Tech on Atlas and Crossport is where most people are going to get the bang for the buck, period. That is on Atlas and Crossport, because that's the first trim where if you don't need a sunroof, don't get it. If you don't use your sunroof, don't get it. Saves you $1,200. If you like black wheels, this is where you can get black wheels. I really think they should have a black wheel package for the SEL trim as well, but they don't. What's happened on my lot though? 90% of the cars I have on the lot have black wheels on them. 90% of my Atlases have black wheel package on them already. Which is weird because we do get older people who aren't a fan of black wheels. We get younger people who aren't a fan of black wheels. And we have to find a car for them. We have to find it another dealer because all we have are black wheel ones. Those are 24s. The 25s coming in, it kind of kept the trend. I think every 2025 I've gotten as an SE Tech so far has black wheels on it. We got two Mountain Lake blue ones, one with black interior, one with Shetland beige. That's a dope car. That car looks sharp. That Mountain Lake blue, I'm in. I like that color. With Shetland beige, it's really, really sharp. And we have an SEL Premium Atlas coming. There's going to be Shetland beige interior with Mountain Lake blue on the outside. Oh, that's going to look good. Blue and Shetland beige, or blue and beige, have always looked good together. So let's see here. So both front and rear illumination logo for the Tiguan are confirmed. All right, so Fritz knows a guy. He knows a guy. So if he says that, yep, that's, you can take that to the bank. Is the Tiguan getting an update? Yes. Yeah. No. Okay. So let's put it this way: the Atlas got a heavy refresh, and they basically threw a grenade into the car in 2024. From 2023 to 2024, they threw a grenade in the car, shut the door, and plugged their ears, and blew it up, and got a whole new interior and did the illuminated logo. The Tiguan, they're getting a whole different car and calling it a Tiguan. It's a whole different car. Bigger, longer, fancier, sharper, cooler, and hybrid technology. So everything's different. You're welcome. 5 takeaways. You're welcome. Let's see here. So back to what I was talking about SE Tech though. Isn't it called something else in row? Well, what are you referring to there, Derek? Is auto transmission standard in the Jetta S? Do you have to pay extra over the manual? Automatic transmission is standard in all Jettas now. You cannot. Oh, as an abbreviation for rest of the world. Tayron. 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 And there was a big argument for a while that we weren't getting a Tayron. We weren't getting a Tayron. We're not getting a Chinese version of anything. Well, we are. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, you do pay more than you would for a manual, but there are no more manuals in the U.S. For the Jetta unless you go with a GLI. You have to go with the GLI Autobahn to get a manual transmission. Now, that's the only manual transmission in the entire U.S. The entire U.S. lineup. So, Derek, I learned something. ROW. Didn't know that one. But I'm an old guy. You're probably half my age. So, yeah. Also, the Tiguan, when the R-Line comes from Europe. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this. There was a lot of things that were confirmed with a guy that knows somebody and some other people. And yet, Volkswagen went and backtracked and pulled it. So, right now as it stands, the R-Line trim of the Tiguan is going to get similar, if not the GTI engine. So that's more horsepower, that's more performance. So the R-Line is going to be close to a Tiguan R over in Europe in performance for the US. I mean, I guess Volkswagen seems to view the US market as pure peasants compared to over there. They get all the cool stuff over in Europe, but they give us little crumbs of stuff over here in the States. And I wish they would just stop doing that and start giving us the good stuff. So, yeah, the new GTI engine gets 3 horsepower more, I believe. It goes up to 244 from 241. The Golf R goes up. I might have that transposed, but the Golf R gets a little horsepower bump too. Give us a manual diesel Jetta, a 4-motion wagon, and it would sell like hotcakes. Volkswagen doesn't care. The EPA slapped their hands so hard that they'll never bring a diesel back to the States. They've already decided they're killing off the manual. They've already decided they're killing off the Jetta. They've already decided to kill off the Passat. I mean, these decisions that they make are just, they're terrible. It is sad that the Arteon and Passat are gone. Absolutely. Arteon and Passat have been gone for so long. I'm going to turn off this little heater here. I have a little heater down here behind me because this room gets a little chilly. Yeah, the Passat needs to come back. And as I said earlier, make that an all-wheel drive sedan. I would love it if they brought the V6 back for that, but once they kill an engine, they're not bringing it back. So there's going to definitely be a 4-cylinder if they do it. But make one all-wheel drive. An all-wheel drive sedan for the States. All of your lineup for Audi is all-wheel drive. And stop worrying about Volkswagen stepping on Audi's toes. You create, you've created out, well, Audi is its own brand, and people who want nothing but the finest are going to buy the Audi. They're okay with spending 25 grand more for the same car that Volkswagen makes. So just don't worry about it. But Volkswagen worries about it way too much. An all-wheel drive sedan called a Passat would sell like crazy in this country. Also, bring one wagon to the States, whether it's the Arteon, the Golf R wagon, or a Passat wagon, just one wagon. And if you're worried about production numbers, which Volkswagen obviously is, and EPA approvals, you use the same engine in different cars. It's the way it's got the same approval. The engine's got the same approval. So if I were head of Volkswagen America and I had to say so on what came to the US, here's what would happen. Beetle would come back. Okay. You'd make limited runs of that. You'd build, okay, for the Beetle, build 6,000 units a year. So what if the numbers dropped before? 6,000 units a year. You make it like the Golf R. They build 3,000 units of Golf Rs a year. Build 6,000 6,000 Golfs. I'm sorry, not Golfs, Beetles. Build 2,000 Tiguan Rs for the US. Build 750 Touareg Rs or Touaregs, period, for the US. Because what I've learned about Touareg buyers in the US, when the Touareg was here, when they got out of a Touareg, they bought another Touareg. When they got out of that Touareg, they bought another one. That car is a Porsche Cayenne under wraps. Just like the Phaeton was a Bentley under wraps. Phaeton, for those of you who don't know, was a $115,000 Volkswagen. It had a V12 in it. Yep, a V12, and sounded just like a Bentley when you turn the key. You hear that thing crank up. That was an awesome car. One problem is these sedans and wagons need to be marketed. You are not wrong. And you've probably heard me say, it makes me mad. There was one commercial for the Arteon. And I don't think anybody watching saw it. I saw it. I remember it. It was a song from the 70s they used in there, and it was called Stop and Stare, that commercial. And it was in some downtown area where they drove through, and it had people looking at the car or whatever. What a cool song. So the Arteon is a sexy car, and it got wasted in the US. And so now that we're talking about the Arteon, and we're talking about the Touareg, and we're talking about these things, let me circle all the way back to the very beginning when I said Volkswagen is planning on closing 3 plants in the US. I'm sorry, not in the US, in Germany. Okay, I said that way wrong. They're not closing anything here. 3 plants in Germany. Guess what? If they had marketed the Arteon rather than looking at it as a car that, it wasn't going to be a volume seller. It wasn't a car that they had no faith in the car. It was a great car, but they had no faith in it. When you don't market something, it means you have no faith in it. You have to put faith in anything you do. You have to give it 110, 120% to sell anything. I, like all car salesmen, know that. You don't put any effort into it, you're not going to sell a damn thing. So the Arteon needed marketing. The Touareg needed marketing. The Touareg was a great car. The Touareg was expensive, but there's a buyer for everything. Look at the Cybertruck. How many people know someone that has a Cybertruck? And how many people bought a Cybertruck because they needed a truck? The ID Buzz is going to do the same thing. Yeah, that car's not going to sell a ton, but it's going to be people who can afford to buy it, people who want to buy it, people who just think it's cool. It's not going to be someone that says, I need a van. That's not going to happen. Those people aren't buyers for an ID Buzz, at least in my opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's see here. If the All-Track came back, I would buy one this second. Yep. But see, here's the thing. Audi has the All-Road. Yeah, but it's 60 grand. It's 70 grand. So I see the Cybertruck on a daily basis. Yeah. You're also in Palm Beach. That's where people go for their second house. That's where the showy people live. That's a showy car. Tell me I'm wrong. The Cybertruck is not needed. Most people wrap that car and they just drive it. They probably drive like a beehole too. They just drive. I saw a video just this morning of someone that has a wrapped yellow Cybertruck, and they were driving off the road. Traffic was stopped. Roads weren't made for them. They're driving on the sidewalk. They're going around parked cars. They're driving up to the light and cutting back in line. They drive that car like they're privileged. They're entitled to it. Just, yeah. No one's going to drive a buzz like that. But I'm saying the Buzz is going to be the same type of purchase that the Cybertruck was. Someone's going to buy that car because they think it's cool. They're a content creator. They got the money for it. Something like that. It's going to be emotion and nostalgia over function. No one will buy that car for function. I don't think so. Yeah, the ID Buzz will be a hit in Hollywood. You'll see them everywhere. You'll see them all over the place. Instagram. Ooh, I converted mine to a camper. I'm camping with it. Let's see here. Maybe you already covered it. Thoughts on GTI getting more power in EU versus US due to emissions requirements to hit in the US? Excited for the new steering wheel with buttons coming back. Here's the thing on the steering wheel. I'll start with that. The steering wheel with the capacitive touch doesn't bother me one bit. Let's see. Can't to see some rear-wheel drive Buzz drift video? No. Okay. I hope not. That thing's heavy. That thing, if it starts to tip, ain't nothing stopping it. So the steering wheel, I'm not bothered by the capacitive touch steering wheel. I like it. The little swipe for song skip, the swipe for volume control. My heated steering wheel button is over there. Here's the thing. I have had to have my steering wheel replaced in my Golf R, and that's the thing that's going around, went around with the GTI and the Golf R. There's a steering wheel module, and there were some Tiguan's that had it too. And it didn't matter whether they had the buttons or the capacitive touch. It's a module behind the steering wheel. It comes already in the steering wheel from the supplier to the factory, and they just snap in the steering wheel and install it. So if something goes haywire in there and goes wrong in there, they have to replace your entire steering wheel for it. So that's what happened to me in my Golf. It's also happened on Arteons and some other cars too. So no car's really safe from that. I think it's even hit Atlas a couple times. But I'm going to tell you what, the buttons, yeah, they're there. My wife's car has buttons. I have capacitive touch. I'm not bothered by either. But I do get in her car and I want to swipe across and I have to hit the button. I think for the masses, it'll be all right. But here's the thing. The media that drives these cars, the people who drive these cars and make reviews on them, are the reason why a lot of things get taken away and a lot of things people just go nuts over and just hate on. The infotainment screen, people hate on that. But here's the thing. Once you know where everything is on that car, you don't care about that infotainment screen. Just scream in there. Does it take your eyes off the road? 100% it does. The knob you can reach for, and that's a great argument. But at the same time, if you drive the car every day, you've probably already got this car tailored to where you want it. You're not messing with that volume knob over there. You have it right here on your left thumb on the steering wheel. Unless you're in an ID4, it's over here on the right side. But you know where everything is. So it's muscle memory to do stuff there. Climate control, now that's different. Climate control, having a touch on the screen, having to touch a button over there, and not have knobs for that. I'm not a fan of that, but I have it on my car, so I deal with it because my car is badass. I love my car. I love my car to death. So let's see here. Yep, agree. Once you drive around, you get used to it. All fair points. Yep. Let's see here. Why do the temperature and volume not light up on the 24 Atlas? I'm going to say it's an oversight, but they're slow to fix the oversight because they knew about that before they put the infotainment in the Atlas. They already had it on the Golf and the GTI because I have it. When the Mark 8 Golf R and GTI came out, they had that same sill, and it's not backlit, and it was a mess. Let me back up. They even did that in the ID4, 2021 ID4. Yeah, so since 2021, they've had that. They just weren't motivated to fix it. It wasn't a big deal. And I'm going to reiterate and say it's not a big deal because, again, you're going to know where your stuff is. You're not looking down at the screen every time you do that. That's a person that's unfamiliar with a car who looks down and looks over and tries to do swiping and functions and looks for things. When you're familiar with your car, just like at home, you hang your keys up right here. You know that the key hook is over here and the light switch is over there. In the dark, you can do that. Swipe, turn on the light, swipe up, whatever. It's just it's just what it is. You're gonna know where all these things are. And if it bugs you that much, you just don't buy that car. Plain and simple. So now, 2026 though, the Atlas will get the new infotainment screen, allegedly. The Tiguan has the new infotainment screen, allegedly. The new Golf R and GTI have the new infotainment screen, allegedly. So it's all fixed. Because the ID Buzz has that new screen, and the 2025 ID4s will have that screen now too on all trims. So this lack of a backlit slider is gone after 2020. After the 2025 model year is over, you shouldn't see that anywhere anymore. So everything's going to the new software. They're eliminating gesture controls. They're adding the backlit controls, and they're giving you a bigger screen that does more stuff. And you'll be able to talk to the car. Right now, they're using IDA. They're calling it IDA for ID4 and ID Buzz. So you'll be able to change the name to whatever you want. That's pretty cool. I'll throw a more obtuse question. Do you think VW is getting too high in price compared to its competitors, perhaps aiming to bring in a budget brand like Skoda? Okay, so I don't think it's deliberate. I think they're looking at the market. I think Volkswagen is one of those companies that truly raises prices because they have to. I don't think they do it just because. Jeep, Stellantis, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, that whole group under Stellantis, that was on purpose, and now they're eating, for lack of a better word, they're eating a poop sandwich because of it. How do I put this? Audi is easily 25 grand more for whatever car you want that's similar, that a Volkswagen makes a similar model of. That hasn't changed. There's another channel that I sometimes follow on YouTube, and maybe a lot of you guys do too, called Car Edge, and they had a graph. They snapped it from somewhere else, but they put up the percentage of increase of MSRP increase since 2021 on cars, and Volkswagen was towards the bottom at 21%. Some of them were up as much as 40%. So my dog is scratching at the door. Now she's ready to come in. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. She's a boxer. She's about 11 years old, so she's a little on the old side. So when she wants to do something, she needs to go pee, she needs to do wherever, I let her go. So sorry about the interruptions there. Let's see. You had also said something about aiming to bring in a budget brand like Skoda. Believe it or not, there was a plan to bring Skoda to the U.S. Now it's probably 4 years ago. And they scrapped those plans. Not sure why. They even had a headquarters for the U.S. in Virginia. I think it was near Herndon, where Volkswagen is. But I'm not sure why that didn't come to fruition. When they did that brand, they were going to have it at dealerships. At Skoda dealerships, they're looking at adding Skoda dealerships. Now their focus is, Fritz has got it 100% right. They're focusing on Scout now. For those of you who didn't know, Volkswagen bought Navistar Scout a few years ago. They bought the naming rights and all that stuff. And now they're building a factory in South Carolina for the Scout line. So the Scout line is, they released a concept car, or a first model of an SUV and a pickup truck. And that pickup truck looks damn close to a Rivian. It looks just like a Rivian. But they're doing extended range EVs. So everything they're building is going to be EVs or EVRs, or I think that's what they call it, EVRs, extended range. So they're going to have a gas motor to complement the electric motor. So essentially a hybrid. But they don't have any plans for gas only. And these going to be off-road pickups and things like that. Kind of interested to see where that goes, but they are not going to have dealerships. They're going to do direct to consumer, which in its own mind, in its own right, a lot of customers want that, but at the same time, you don't want that. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit more. Visualize this. When you go to McDonald's, they just built a new McDonald's by my house, and it's almost like no human contact at all. It's all there's 4 kiosks in the restaurant. You order at a kiosk, you don't have a menu board, not even the TV screens or anything like that. It's just a counter with 1 register. It's almost never manned. They store straws there, extra straws and stuff there. There's never anyone there. There's a pickup window over on this side, and delivery pickups are over here around the corner. There's no interaction. If you need to talk to a manager, good luck. And this even happened to me with an Arby's order last week. And I know it sounds like I'm going off a tangent. Arby's order last week, and then today a Jack in the Box order for my wife. I just went to pick up her food today. Went in, said I have a pickup order for Faith, and the lady says, we don't have that order. She looks up at the screen, looks back down. We don't have that order. Okay, so I got a screenshot. My wife shows me. It's this 16, 17, 18-digit order number. She's got an email that says confirmation or whatever. And the lady goes, it's not on my screen. And I go, well, can we at least order it and tell you what it was? No, I can't do that. It's not on my screen. She just stuck to her guns and said, it's not on my screen. I can't help you. So my wife goes, well, she's on speakerphone at this point, and she's bitching. She's cussing. Why? How do I get my money back? How do I cancel my order? Oh, you gotta call an 800 number or something, because the order and your money went to the order platform, not this store. So we can't do anything about it. And she's hot at this point, and she's cussing like a sailor on the speakerphone. And I'm like going to mute, mute, mute. Okay, what can we do here? So I'm leaving, and then I go, oh, wait a minute. I go back in. It turns out the owner's behind the counter there. He comes up from the back, and he goes, how could I help you? I said, yeah, my wife ordered an order, and she says she can't make it, can't replace it, can't do anything about it because the order's gone. And I tell him the name, and he looks up at the screen. It's not up there. And he goes, well, wait, what'd you say her name was? Faith, last name. Oh, here's the receipt. It's still on the printer. Okay, we can make your order now. And then they're super apologetic at that point. Imagine buying a car and having that happen. So the Arby's thing, I'll tell you, they have a pumpkin turnover. And I know it sounds like I'm going off tangent again. A pumpkin turnover, which was so good, I decided I was going to order 2 of those and a strawberry shake. So my wife could try a pumpkin turnover. I could have a second one. And a strawberry shake was for my kid. Place the order. It says it'll be ready in 7 or 8 minutes. I drive to Arby's, go up there, walk in the door. They don't have a pickup box or anything like that. But there's a bag sitting on the counter with a receipt attached to it. It's my long receipt for those 3 items. Taped to the bag or to the little sticker they put on the bag. It's empty. And I go, I'm here to pick up an order for Reese. And they go, the girl like goes white as a ghost and runs away and finds the manager. And I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. Manager comes up and says, yeah, we're out of every item you ordered on your, we don't have any of those. Well, can I get the shake at least? Oh yeah, we'll make the shake for you. Give me shake. So can I get my money back on the other stuff? No, we can't do that here. You ordered on an app. It's not our money. The same thing the Jack in the Box people told me. The same exact thing. So I had to do a online chat to get a refund, and it took 2.5 days to get the refund to my credit card because they don't turn off the system. They don't turn off the items and say, you can't have a turnover because we're out. We don't have any more. Why? But a simple $8 order of food got messed up, and I'll probably never use the app again for Arby's. Now we want to do cars that way. How's that going to go? I don't think that's going to go well. I don't think that's going to last. I mean, I get it. Tesla did it, but now Tesla has dealers. Other dealers, other brands like Rivian, I'm not sure how they do it, but I don't think they really have dealers, but they're doing direct. But when you're going to do something to scale, literally 200,000 Scout units a year is the plan. How are you going to manage that? How are you going to do quality control? How are you going to do service? How are you going to do all of that? I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know how you're going to pull that off. And I don't really want to be involved in that. I like the dealership plan. It's just, there are some dealerships out there that are absolute scoundrels that treat people badly, that take advantage of situations and take advantage of people. But people need to be educated, and people need a place to go, and find a dealer that's going to be nice to you, not someone is going to treat you like shit. Don't go to a dealer that treats you like shit and makes you feel like shit. Don't do that. Go to a dealership that legitimately cares and wants to help and wants to sell you a car. Go to a volume dealership. Volume dealerships don't play the games that smaller dealerships in small towns. And when I say small towns, I don't mean necessarily small towns of 5,000 people or 600 people, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about small towns like Marion, Illinois, or Springfield, Illinois, or Chillicothe, Missouri, or Midland, Michigan. You know, little towns where the dealership has 20 cars on the lot. Maybe on a good day, they got 40 cars on the lot. Don't go to small dealers. Go to dealers that have 100, 200, 300, 400 cars. Go to those dealers, because they don't dick around. They just sell you the car and move on. You're next. And you know, you might get the best deal. That's probably where you're going to get the best deal, because they care more about volume than they do about how much money they're going to club. They're not going to club you over the head and just take you to the cleaners. They just don't, because they care more about volume than they care about how much they can make off of one person. You go to a small town one, no, they got to keep the lights on and all that stuff. You may be the last customer they see all week, so they're going to try to club you. They just are. It's just how commerce works in the U.S. It's capitalism. They're going to take advantage of you. So go somewhere, go to a bigger city, travel to buy your car. Come see me. Tennessee is I get more people from Tennessee than I do from Florida. I've got 2 more people from Tennessee than I've got from Florida, and I'm in Missouri, and that's only a half a day trip. Florida is a day trip, but I've got people who come from Florida to buy cars from me. So let's see here. I kind of went on that. Thanks for the contents. Keep it coming. Let's see. Rivian has showrooms, but you have a good point. Consumer will have to handle the delivery inspection without a dealer on your side post-purchase. Ding, ding. There are some scummy dealers. I bought my car from you. I thought that was you. The GTI. You need to get a new GTI. Come see me. We're going to get you in a new one. Midst COVID, still have my GTI. I'm not saying it's you, Reese, but unfortunately, negative dealers have much more mind space. Yeah. Let me scroll up here a little bit here. So, yeah, here's the thing. Back to what I was talking about. Scout, I wish it well, but no dealer support, no dealer network just seems weird to me. Let's see. We need the Blue Sport convertible and a 10 Oak pickup and T-Roc. Paul Adam, if you're still in the chat, sorry, I just saw that. The Blue Sport, I don't remember that one so much. Was that kind of based off of the Cross Blue, which I think was kind of what the Cross Sport became? And then the T-Roc, absolutely. I thought we were getting the T-Roc in the US, and they came up with the Taos. And I'm pretty sure that at some point the plan was that the T-Roc was coming, and then they just switched to the Taos and came with the Taos instead of that. That was Volkswagen's plan, I thought. I could be wrong, but man, the T-Roc is a great looking car. It's got a convertible top, and it has appeal. It has a lot of appeal. Let's see. Yeah, so what else were we talking about? We've talked about Jetta, 2025 Jetta, 2025 GLI. Sexy, sexy car. Great car. I'm considering getting a Jetta, maybe a GLI as a daily driver car. I don't know yet because I don't like the miles I'm putting on the Golf. And I may trade out of my Golf and get a newer one. Get the Black Edition seems like it's really appealing to me. Um, and you're going to learn that I'm going to say a lot of things about things I'm considering because I can't make up my damn mind. Um, there's been times when I drive a Golf R. I love my Golf R. Don't get me wrong. It's a badass car. I love it. It's an awesome car. It's a fun car. But when I get in a GTI, maybe we'll go pick up lunch in a GTI or something. Man, I get a fever for the GTI. And I own a Golf R. The reason for that is those cars are so different. Those cars have the body is exactly the same, but the cars are just incredibly different. The way they handle, the way they drive, the way they sound, the way they feel. If I could have both, I would. I've said that before too. Um, let's see what else we need to talk about on upcoming cars. 2025 Taos we touched on. I won't get those till February or March. That gets more horsepower, keeps the 1.5. Let's see. ID Buzz I've already touched on. Tiguan Atlas 2026 is coming. But 2025, the changes are the colors. We added avocado green and mountain lake blue. Both are two really great colors. I do have an SEL Premium Atlas coming. That's going to be no, it's not an SEL Premium. Sorry, it's an SEL Atlas. It's going to be avocado green with French roast interior, leather interior. I think that's going to look sharp. I have a Crossport coming. It's going to be an SE Tech with a panoramic sunroof, black wheel package, and avocado green with black interior. That's going to look good. The only thing I think it might look better is maybe that dark beige two-tone interior on that. But I'm kind of in charge. The manager has me kind of in charge of picking colors on some of these things, color combos, and I wasn't too confident in that one being a hit, so I didn't change that one. So we have the ability to change color combos if we don't want like a second red one with black wheels and the sunroof. We can change the color combo on it, and that's what I did. Um, for 2025, the other big changes on Atlas is the premium now comes with a massage seat. So instead of 3-seat memory, it goes to 2-seat memory on the driver's side, and there's a massage button on the passenger side seat, and the headrest is perforated. All it is just perforated. It's not blowing air or anything like that. There's not a speaker in it or anything. It's just perforated. So they've added that. So that's a nice little add. Some cool things that may be coming. I say may because they were kind of on the order guides for these cars that we're getting, and then they removed them. Captain's chair cup holders is going to be a thing for 2025 on the Atlas and the Buzz. The ID Buzz will have them too. Those are going to be available. As for some things about my dealership, I'll tell you this. The 10-year, 200,000-mile engine and powertrain warranty, that's a real deal. That's a third-party warranty. We do it on all of our on our gas cars, not electric cars. I mean, we have it. We have that in your paperwork. But if you're buying an electric car, what are we going to do? There is no engine and powertrain. So we do give you the 10-year, 200 on all the gas-powered cars. We do also give you 6 years of free maintenance. Now, remember, all of our cars come with 3 years of free maintenance, not the 2 that Volkswagen just says on their warranty. All of the St. Louis market buys a 3rd year of free maintenance on their cars. So everybody in St. Louis has that. So we double that to 6 years, but you have to come to my dealership to get those extra 3. Also, all of my prices are online. You can see all my prices on my cars, vwstl.com. That's the website. But please, 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 if you're watching my videos, you watch me here. Ask for me when you deal with anybody, do anything online, you come in at a dealership, ask for me. I can't believe how many people say I saw you online, but they're working with another salesman 2 doors down or 2 offices down, or they don't even ask for me. They don't remember my name. I say it a billion times in the video, and I give you a phone number. So please, please consider that because I'm doing this out of my own free will. The dealership doesn't pay me. They didn't ask me to do it. But I bring a lot of traffic to the dealership with the videos that I do. I've got 3,700 videos. I'm bringing a lot of people to the channel, or to the dealership with my channel is what I'm trying to say. Um, so they essentially get free advertising. So if I were to leave tomorrow, they'd still have free advertising for all the videos that I've already made. So um, let's see. My GTI is more fun than my BMW. Linus, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. I kind of ran out of gas on that sentence. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh man. Different souls. Um, so does anybody else have any other questions? Because like I said, I am going to do another live next week. That one I'll at least tell you guys up front. This was kind of a surprise when I got up to like 16 people in here, which is kind of surprising to me. I appreciate all of you watching. So if anyone has any questions, type them in now. There's 11 of you still on there. Type them in now and I'll answer them. Whoa, sorry about that. If you don't have any other questions, I'm gonna wrap it up because I need to go love on my dogs up here for a little bit, and there's a football game on up here too. But it's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I figured I'd pop in and do one real quick. And like I said, I'll do one next week. I'll post the time. I'm not gonna post the actual video like I have before because technology escapes me on some things, and I haven't figured out how to use an actual posted live to use that actual one to start. I've always had to start a new one, and then people are waiting in that one, and it never goes live. So I will post the time. I will post what I'll cover at that point, and I'll have notes so I won't ramble. You guys are more than welcome, of course, to join anytime. I appreciate y'all. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments. Also, man, like and subscribe the videos that I do. I can't really say, you know, um, like and subscribe this video here because a lot of people aren't going to sit here and watch this thing. I just rambled for an hour. But the videos I put up, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, share it, send it to people because my numbers are actually, in my mind, they're off the charts. You guys have supported me so well on this channel, and I can't believe that I've got so many followers and so many people who actually reach out and actually watch my videos. And I hear from a lot of wives that go, he watches your video on the TV. He watches all of your videos. That's mind blowing to me because I think here I am, I'm just some techno geek just spitting out the information. All I'm doing is going over the car. And that's something that no one has done on, I can't say no one, but almost no one has done on YouTube. It's very unique, the niche that I've created there. And there's a lot of dealers that are trying to kind of copy it. They're kind of making their salespeople do these kind of videos, but they're not, I don't think they're as in depth and informative as mine are. So, I mean, definitely, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, let me know, leave me a comment, and make sure you subscribe. So, guys, with that, I will say thanks for watching. You guys have a great evening. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, we'll see you.